Most parents assume a newborn's first month is just eating, sleeping, and crying on repeat, with nothing much happening underneath. The truth is nothing like that. Researchers at the Center on the Developing Child at Harvard University have spent years documenting just how much is already happening inside a newborn's brain and body in these earliest weeks. What they found is that your baby isn't simply surviving the first month. She's actively building the skills, senses, and connections she'll carry for life. This is going to change how you look at every tummy time struggle, every long stare at your face, every tiny sound she makes when you least expect it. Because science has now identified 6 things your newborn is actually doing in that first month, long before she can tell you any of it herself. And every one of them is a sign of the person she's already becoming. 1. Your newborn is already building neck strength she'll need for months to come. Pediatric researchers have long tracked motor milestones in infants, and one of the earliest is a baby's ability to briefly lift her head during tummy time. The mechanism is straightforward. Every few seconds spent pushing her head up strengthens the neck and shoulder muscles she'll rely on for rolling, sitting, and eventually crawling. Picture laying her down on your chest instead of a flat mat, her head bobbing up for just a second before dropping back down. That small, wobbly effort is the very first rep in a workout that lasts her whole first year. 2. Your newborn is wired to study your face like nothing else in the room. Research on infant vision has shown that newborns have limited focus range, roughly the distance between your face and hers when she's in your arms, and they show a strong preference for looking at faces over other shapes and patterns. The mechanism is that face processing regions in the brain are already active and hungry for input from day one. Picture her wide eyes locking onto yours during a quiet feed, unmoving, unblinking, like she's committing every detail to memory. In a way, she is. 3. Your newborn already recognizes the sound that means safety. Studies on newborn hearing have confirmed that babies show a clear preference for their mother's voice within days of birth, a preference built during the months spent listening to it muffled through the womb. The mechanism is simple familiarity, wired in before birth and reinforced constantly after. Picture her settling, just slightly, the moment you start talking or humming near her. That voice already means something to her. It's the sound of 9 months of company. 4. Your newborn is already practicing conversation, one small sound at a time. Researchers studying early vocal development have found that by the end of the first month, many babies begin producing soft, non-crying sounds, coos, sighs, small vowel-like noises, distinct from the sharper cries used to signal distress. The mechanism is that early vocal cord control combined with the drive to interact that's already present at birth. Picture the first time she lets out a small, unexpected coo after a feed, and how instinctively you respond with a word or a smile. That tiny sound is her first attempt at a back and forth that will eventually become language. 5. Your newborn already has a built-in skill for getting fed. Research on newborn reflexes has documented the rooting and sucking reflexes present from birth, automatic behaviors that let a baby find and latch onto a nipple or bottle with very little conscious effort. The mechanism is that these reflexes are wired into the brainstem before birth, ready to activate the moment they're needed. Picture her turning her head and opening her mouth the instant something brushes her cheek, already searching before you've even settled her into position. She arrived knowing exactly what to do at mealtime. 6. Your newborn is doing far more than eating, sleeping, and needing a diaper change. Developmental researchers point out that even in a month that looks repetitive from the outside, a newborn's brain is undergoing some of the fastest growth it will ever experience, driven entirely by ordinary moments like feeding, holding, and quiet eye contact. The mechanism is that every interaction, however small, is contributing to the wiring that will shape how she thinks, feels, and connects for years to come. Picture a completely unremarkable Tuesday, just feeding and rocking and changing diapers, and realizing that day was actually doing enormous, invisible work. Here's the thing worth sitting with. This month, that feels like survival mode, is actually one of the most important months of her entire life, and yours. You've been her first workout partner, holding her through every wobbly tummy time rep. You've been the face she studied like nothing else in the world. You've been the voice that already meant safety before she was even born. You've been the one who answered her very first attempts at conversation like they mattered, because they did. You've been building something enormous out of the smallest, most ordinary moments imaginable. If this changed the way you see this first month, we post new videos every week about the real science of early infant development. A like on this video helps other new parents find it too, especially the ones in the thick of it right now, wondering if any of this is actually doing something. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.